game, and here we are halfway through the fourth quarter, and Tom Brady looks like he is well on his way to his 7th Super Bowl victory. It is insane to me to think that this man has went to 10 and he will win 70% of the Super Bowls he goes to if this game stays this way. When I say Tom Brady, you say what?
Greatness. You know, a lot of people think that, I tell a lot of young kids this, right? A lot of people think greatness is this thing you pick up and put down. But Tom made it a lifestyle, right? And when you watch the way he prepares, when you watch the way he gets people around him to prepare, that's what greatness is, right? Coach Johnson knows this. Terry Bradshaw knows this. You know, being great is an individual process. Greatness is getting everybody around you to believe in that. And that's what he's done. And that's why when you think about the greatest quarterback of all time, why? He has to be the greatest quarterback of all time because of what he done it with and the players he done it with and how he continues to win. And I say this all the time, Chris, honest truth. I say this all the time. If you want to stop, if you get tired of Tom Brady and you get tired of Tom Brady winning, stop it. Do something about it, right? And if you can't do nothing about it, then join the gang and appreciate what he's done. And I think, you know, from a personal level, me going against him and competing against him and even going in 2011, I'm telling you, when we lost an AFC championship and went back in 2012, Tom will tell you this one conversation I had with him in 2011. He came up to me, he said, "You're the greatest I've ever seen." And I said, "You'll see me again. I'll see you next year." Right? Because I wanted to compete against the Peyton Mannings, the Tom Bradys, and those two guys. And when you think about Tom winning his 7th Super Bowl, listen, man, you got to take your hats off to that guy. He made greatness a lifestyle, and it's just a different thought process. Yeah.
Amazing, is it not, that this is a guy that was taken in the 6th round, very quarterback, very below average, and I think New England and his throwing motion, his work ethic. And we all played that position, and you go, you know, a lot of players would say, well, if I had this, if I had that.
Yeah.
I get that. I get that. I could easily, from a jealous side, go, well, if I'd had this, but, you know, I had my time. It's just amazing to me how he is so cool, how he is so poised in the huddle. And he has that one element, Jimmy. I don't know what it is. I can't put my finger on it. Call it whatever you want to, but he's just
he has got such discipline too.
Yes.
Just discipline in his life, discipline in his preparation, discipline to all those around him. You know, he brought discipline to that football team.
That's it.
I want to call attention to, Ray, you mentioned, you know, making everyone else around him better. And you mentioned also the thing about, hey, if you don't like Tom Brady winning, then stop him. Well, everyone used to hate the Patriots because of Tom Brady, right? They don't like them. Well, now it's like, well, you can't not like the Bucs then because he went over here. And can you help summarize for me, if you can, even just wrap your head around how difficult, any one of you guys, it would be to leave a team that you've been with your entire career, go to a new system in a COVID year, and never have really played together, be limited in your OTAs and your training camp and that kind of stuff. How difficult is it what Tom Brady has done this offseason and now to be on the precipice of winning his 7th?
Yeah, well, listen, Chris, I'm going to tell you something, and I want to make sure I give credit where credit is due, right? A lot of people are not giving Todd Bowles the respect that Todd Bowles deserves for what that defense is playing like.
Yes.
The way that defense played in Tampa, my goodness, he has those boys flying around like no other, right? You see Shaq Barrett, you see JPP, you see Deb, you see all these guys. And when Tom has gotten that type of help around him, think about Tom, Willie McGinnis, Tom Law, you know, Lloyd Malloy, all of these guys that he had with him for so many years. Tom has had the back end. Jimmy Johnson knows this, right? He started at the University of Miami, right? When you got that type of backing behind you, Carissa, it's a different conversation. And for him to come to Tampa always had the ingredients. Let's be very sure about this. Tampa had the ingredients, but when you bring a standard like a Tom Brady to Tampa, That's a different thought process, Carissa. And that's what he brought to it. He brought a different standard to Tampa, where people, Mike Evans said it himself, that when he walks in the meetings, the way he respects Tom and the way Tom prepares, like, yeah, he's 40 plus years old, but he comes to work prepared. And you can appreciate that, Carissa.